See me set my line at the first down. Say we be fine, but it's worse now. Try let it slide, too much dirt now. I throw a rope when you let me down. When I see the sun, make it worthwhile. My flesh scar what I've been through.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of Dem Football, guys. It's your host, Oluwa Baba Yaga. Y'all already know what it is. I got Gator with me.
Sir, I'm here, bro. Never left, bro. I've always been here.
That's funny. We got Boogies, aka Black Woj, aka Boogie for Boogie, aka Boogie Montana, aka Boogie on the floor, aka Al Boogie, aka Coach Boogie, aka Coach Al, aka oh man, I'm missing one. I'm missing his favorite one.
Drops. We need some drops. It's hella drops.
Let's get right into this. First week of the season is pretty much
I was about to say I would love to give a shout out to my man. Black Woj. It's Black Woj Day, bro.
National Black Woj Day. 9-9. Actually, during the live, I'm gonna get that album for the live. One of my mans dropped the album called 9-9. So it's like it came out today, bro, just for you, bro. Like we gonna get that shit rolling on the next pod. But yeah, bro. Happy birthday, Brody. Much love, many blessings. Hope you win some leagues this week.
After next week.
After next week, I don't care what happens in your week.
I'm definitely getting Gator's cheeks out the way on one of them.
He just spanked me in one league. It's like week one type shit, you know.
type shit. But before the game this week comes to a close tonight, we just want to go over like our risers and fallers for the so far for the Sunday, Thursday, and Friday night football games. Essentially, a lot of preseason narratives have been established, and a lot of them have been proven incorrect. So we kind of want to go into that, not jump the gun here. We're professionals, so we don't want to jump the gun and say and be too reactive. But a lot of things we're telling from yesterday's games, and we want to see what's, where there's smoke, there's fire, or if there's just smoke because there's smoke.
Because they smoking blunts. They smoking big Phillies. Pause.
Big Phillies. That's crazy, actually. Why'd you even say that? Why'd you even say that, bro? Hold on.
I don't know.
Hold on, Brody. Stop it right there. But let's get right into this. I'm gonna actually keep this in order of position. I actually don't know if I want to do this by position or by team as we're going through them. But let's start off with Josh Allen and the Bills specifically.
Okay.
Josh Allen, I'm not gonna apologize. I don't think you play great football, but I do believe that without a number one receiver, Josh Allen is the de facto best quarterback you can have, as long as he doesn't have a number one receiver.
Correct.
That boy is desperate. That boy is running. I put him as a riser, even though he was technically projected to be the number one anyways. I put him as a riser on my list because
I can
as far as the entire receiving core, fallers. All of
because I'm petty. I gotta shout out Boogie's number one receiver, Dalton Kincaid. What was that about, bro?
It's the first week of the season, and Kincaid not like Diggs. He not a prima donna, so he didn't yell at him in halftime.
Yeah,
that's actually what Toby's talking about. Anytime Diggs don't get targets, he'd yell, and then Adam will force the ball to him to throw a pick. So Kincaid, he just sat there, let him work, and then they won the game. But don't worry. Next he gonna get games with 10 targets. It's gonna happen, bro.
I would love to shout out. Go ahead.
No, I'm about to move to the tight ends.
Oh, my bad. I was just gonna say shout out James Cook. I feel like he's gonna be heavily involved into this offense. Josh Allen is looking for receptions, running.
Shout out my number 2 receiver. Since you being petty, Shakur, nigga, fuck out of here.
Okay, you got me there.
Yeah. As far as going from Kincaid into the tight ends, I'm thinking this was a weird week for tight ends overall. For the most part, we have a crazy faller. We got Mark Andrews, all Gators goats. Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce, Cole Kmet, Evan Ingram.
Hey, Evan Ingram's your goat. Kelsey's your goat. These are your goats, nigga.
We saw single digits across the board from most people's top 5, 3 to 4, most people's top 5 tight ends. But we saw a crazy ascension from Isaiah Likely. Almost to the point that it's like the rumors of him taking that wide receiver, that third receiving option slot is True. The second receiving option slot, because what we saw was nasty. Like mind you, he had the most touchdowns in the offense. He was tied for the most touchdowns in the offense last year, and now they've kind of said, "Fuck it, let's just go with the young bull, give him the work. He's working with it." So now we got, for me, I'm OD high on Likely. I don't think the last game was a fib, but I do think that if the game is a little bit less competitive, you might see a little less Likely, but I doubt it because that never happened to Mark Andrews.
I was gonna say waiver wire pickups, just getting on it early. You're gonna have to pick them up. You just have to, right? And do you start Likely? My question to people that own Likely: do you start Likely next week?
Thank you for asking. I will. I will start him because I own him in so many places. because if you listen to Them Football Guys podcast, specifically me, I told everyone they should definitely get Likely at the back end of your drafts, both
for sure,
redraft and dynasty. Because at the end of the day,
it was no reason not to. I could never do it because I'm in most drafts with Toby. So let's
go
3 rounds early.
Literally, but it's not bad. It wasn't a reach. He did a good job.
The only time I don't get because don't make me start talking about all your running backs that failed here that you took
not Jerome
4 or 5 rounds.
This nigga going riding Jerome Ford bus, bro.
Let's talk about Jerome Ford. I'm neutral on Jerome Ford. I'm not gonna put him as a riser or faller on my list because I do believe that Jerome Ford played what was one of the cushiest running defenses you could play in the NFL. And though we still have that trouble of until we get some new news on Chubb, I'm neutral on him. He can go. He always gets an 18, but he always finds his way back to 11. No matter what.
We ain't even finish on the tight ends, bro. You didn't let me get my you didn't let me get my speech out about Ingram.
Go ahead, bro.
About 160 targets. I actually don't have a speech. He just had 1 target last game. That's pretty bad. But maybe it's not even his fault. Lawrence is just ass, guys. I will keep saying it until he proves me wrong, and everybody will suffer after that.
The funny thing about Lawrence being ass is because he's ass, Ingram gets 160 targets. But also because he's ass, Ingram gets 1 target. It's like it's such a crazy can't win situation.
The whole offense is going to be up and down. Brian Thomas Jr. with the touchdown. We probably just not going to be able to guess what's going to happen on this offense sometime. Yeah. On some games.
And Andrews, I kept saying it offline, like he's the new Kittle, as in he'll get you 3 one game and 30 the next game. Andrews used to be very consistent. Last year, even before he got injured, 20, 17. I don't see that happening no more.
Easily a top 5 tight end last year if he did.
Yeah, but I seen him blocking a lot last game, and it's like, whoa. They done changed up this whole offense around. Yes, just standing around Likely and Flowers. That's all right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And Kelsey's now the number 2 with the Chiefs. Rice is now the number 1. It's official.
Yes.
They said they didn't taught Rice how to run Kelsey's route. Let's see.
I saw Rice in the slot. I said, I've never seen this before.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. What's gonna happen when Hollywood come back, bro? Oh man,
you're gonna see Hollywood running all them deep routes. Rice gonna have that open field that Kelsey used to have.
And just to kind of make a melting pot of a collection of other notable tight ends, Pitts, Bowers, and Moreau. Pitts scored the first touchdown of the season for the Falcons. He didn't do amazing. It wasn't too crazy, but I will say that I am going to put Pitts as a riser for me, like deceptive, but only because he scored it when they were playing the Steelers, meaning that his potential can only be higher than this. Playing the Steelers puts everyone in hell, including Drake London. Especially
completely broken play.
Exactly being my point. Being the point that playing the Steelers, that it's a what they call it, the iron curtain, the steel curtain. It was never meant to fly, and I've been saying this since last year. You bump the Steelers, expect a very low scoring game for everybody involved. So, with that being said, I want to put Drake London as a neutral. I haven't lost faith in Drake London. I don't think it's a shot situation over there. I do think that he sees much better games than his what we're looking at here, 3.5. I think it was two receptions, one and a half yards, 15 yards, two receptions. It's like I do think we see a lot better from him next year because No, next game because next week because he's not playing the fucking Steelers. And I think whoever plays the Steelers may run into that thing unless you're a prolific, amazing, over the top receiver. And even then, you might still end up with some stew on your body.
Yeah. Stock down for me on Drake London. I've been stocked down. I told you guys don't draft him. He's probably the worst second round pick you can draft. But
wait, Chris Olave is on this list too as a dud. So
shut up, Chris Olave too.
So Chris Olave is worse than Drake London.
Bro,
despite the fact that he put up
but
you said he's the worst. But your guy got 0.4 less than my guy. It's like
Drake London was going before. First of all, Drake London was going before Olave. But after that, either way, Olave, I feel bad for Olave too.
Because I was taking Drake London before Olave.
I'm about to say that's questionable.
I feel bad for Olave, bro. Is Derek Carr? I mean, you playing the Panthers, bro. I don't understand why you can't.
So that's why your situation is a lot different from. I don't know why we're like yours. London situation is different from Olave because London has a good reason. I saw Kirk Cousins get pancaked by TJ Watt 7 times yesterday.
Yeah, TJ Watt need to be tested, by the way, too.
Yeah, they should have tested him while he was still in his pads. But But moving on to someone like Drake, with someone like Chris Olave, it's kind of like, no. There was a blowout yesterday, and he was not involved. That's where we have this issue where it's like someone like Rashid Shaheed becomes a viable deep threat option simply because Shaheed is a deep threat, and they might have understood that maybe we should just focus on if these people are some shit. I'm neutral on Shaheed simply because it's the Panthers, but I'm down on Olave because it's the Panthers. So, like that's kind of where.
Stock up for Olave. Stock up for Olave. Olave is going to have way better games than this.
How the fuck you? How is your stock up? Why can't it be neutral? How did a nigga give you 3.1 and his stock goes up?
Yeah, it's just game script. You know, they blew them out.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Get the fuck out. They don't even need him.
Shaheed had a 300-yard touchdown, and Chris Olave had 3.1.
Yeah, bro.
And you're telling me that Olave,
especially did you see how bad the Panthers? Did you see how bad the Panthers played?
Stock up.
Sorry. Up.
Let's move on. Sorry, I'm not even gonna ask.
Stock up on Olave.
I just want to make sure that I'm understanding. Maybe we're not on the same page. But let's talk about some running backs. There was a lot of. I said this earlier. There was a lot of movement for running backs. I'm going to group these people together. Running backs that went to new offenses that kind of shined, and one that went to a new offense and did okay. We got Saquon Barkley, bad boy, 2 tubs. Okay. No, I think he had 3 tubs.
He had 3 tubs. He almost had 4.
3 tubs was the primary. Me and Gator were talking about that way before the game. So we said we expect a lot of Saquon Barkley that game. We expect Saquon Barkley to really shine in that game in his debut. This is the best line he's ever had. Stock through the fucking roof for Saquon.
Literally.
Right now. As long as he doesn't get injured.
And
Joe Mixon.
And shout out to him to actually being a goal line back and not the Hurts.
Correct. Yeah. I like that. I saw a lot of stupid tush pushes. It's like they almost forgot when they're supposed to use it. I don't know what that was about, but I love that for Saquon Barkley.
Oh boy, Kelsey not there no more. Kelsey not walking through the door.
Yep. Yeah. Joe Mixon. I want to put Joe Mixon's also on this list of
he had backs. 30 carries, bro.
30 carries. They're ready for Joe Mixon to die on this team. They're ready to run him ragged. And I saw him hurdling people. Old school Joe. It was a beautiful game for him. The Texans played a wonderful game against the Colts, and we're gonna get to that, by the way. But J.K. Dobbins.
Oh man.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Our guy Toby. Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins.
How many more games?
Like 2. Like 2.
Like, J.K. Dobbins, as we keep saying it, stock through the roof for J.K. Dobbins. As long as he remains healthy, J.K. Dobbins is a possibly week-to-week top 10 running back because he has that explosiveness, he has the power, he has the size. The only thing that's ever gone against J.K. Dobbins in his however long career is the reoccurring injuries. Injuries, and now if he can just overcome, he did it for one game. I'm not gonna say it's the rest of the season, but for as long as he remains healthy, we love J.K. Dobbins. We have no doubt.
Shout out to the Chargers. Shout out to the Chargers for getting Jim Harbaugh getting his first, not his first one in the NFL, but him coming back.
First with the Chargers, yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
fuck that nigga. It's like, no, that's
Okay.
shout out to them. Shout out to them. Shout out to Oki. Whatever they got going on. The one running back that I do want to say, well, the two, we have a couple actually running backs that kind of switched positions that did not perform as expected. I will say this: DeAndre Swift, very disappointed. Very disappointed in that game in totality. No, actually, put Swift to the back.
We gotta talk about the whole Bears offense.
Yes, so push Swift to the back of that. So let me start with Zamir White. Who was already on that team, but I feel like that game went out of hand very quickly. It started off pretty in control, and then now we're thinking about
though, with the tug.
That shit was going crazy.
Madison was not
W.
Madison was not going
Madison went W.
Madison was not going W, but okay. Or he got the tub. Good for him, but so with that being the case, Madison obviously Zamir White takes half a step back because it's like, well, if in struggling games they kind of turn to Madison or give Madison a little bit more work or start to see more promise in Madison, that really does. We can't pretend that does in fact hinder his stock by a lot. Chuba Hubbard. We saw the game was shot to hell. I'm neutral on Chuba Hubbard simply because y'all already blown out. I wouldn't let Chuba Hubbard run either. Like I wouldn't give him the time of day with that.
I'm
with that
down
going
on
on.
Chuba Hubbard.
I don't blame you. I don't blame anyone for being down. I'm just gonna give him one more game.
Deontay Johnson, Thielen is just.
I'm gonna give that offense one more chance simply because, like I said, Bryce Young. You're playing the Saints. I've seen them kill Tom Brady for year after year after year. It's been a thing. So I do believe that against a less aggressive offense, Bryce Young may not. I'm not gonna say he's gonna shine, but he's probably gonna do a little better than what we saw. One player that I do want to also highlight as a slight downer is Tajay Spears. Slight downgrade only because Pollard did better than I expected. Pollard performed better than I expected. Pollard, I'm not going to say he exceeded expectations by like a large margin, but he did in fact play better football than I expected from Pollard. So it's like, I'm kind of happy for Pollard, neutral on him, a little bit down on Tajay Spears, but I think we will see better games going forward from both of them. There was one more running back. Oh, Josh Jacobs. Neutral on him altogether. I didn't love what I saw. People were kind of expecting him to be a lot. People weren't expecting much from Josh Jacobs to begin with, but I'm kind of. I don't want to use the word indifferent in what I saw because he had 11. He didn't do bad.
I think he got 100 yards.
No,
he's only. He had 100.
Yeah.
Oh God! Hey, he's in my head. He's the only running back that switched teams and didn't score.
No, he didn't. He didn't score.
He didn't score. He just put up numbers.
That's what I'm saying. For fantasy, he's the only running back that switched teams and did not score. So therefore,
but he did a very good job, like running.
I didn't know that.
16?
He had 16.
I think he had like about 16 or 18 points.
I think I had 11.
Yeah, he had 13 points, but he had 16 carries, 84 yards, 5 yards a carry, and three targets, 2 catches, 20 yards.
I was gonna say, but after that whole Jordan Love injury, the whole offense is in trouble. Actually, honestly,
yes. Yeah. Hopefully that has them leaning on their back a little bit more rather than
the coach just said in the press conference about Tony Pollard. He said that they want a more even distribution with the carries. They've been saying it all training camp, and that game plan that they had wasn't what they wanted. Basically, they're saying they don't want Tony Pollard. They don't want Tony Pollard to get the majority of the carries.
Look, and just like that,
they should throw that shit away. That shit they did last week. Let's throw that whole shit away, because I don't know what you was planning on.
And just like that, I'm neutral on Tony Pollard again. So let's move on to the one of the primary backs that I'm mostly just personally disappointed in, DeAndre Swift. The whole offense in totality for the Bears was a dumpster fire, to put it as respectfully as possible. But I was always high on their defense, especially going into that game. So thankfully they won the game. I'm not a Bears fan, so I don't know why I said thankfully, but they won the game. So their confidence isn't in hell, but it wasn't a pretty game. DJ Moore had the most points from any of the receivers on the team.
And he had 10.
And he only had 10. Rome is now undergoing an MRI. Keenan was
Keenan got 7 points. Yeah.
Like I saw him limping.
DJ Moore, Keenan, and Rome all got injured that game. That's something that we get to.
Correct.
Like, and
the only person who didn't get injured was fucking Komet.
And Komet and Rome both only had 1 target. So I don't know what's going on with that offense, but Caleb Williams threw for 96 yards. So
So from top to bottom, from the head to the tail, it was ass to watch. I will say that I don't have I'm not gonna do a dial back. I'm not gonna crash out. I'm just a little bit downer on all of them. But DJ Moore has done something like this to me before, so I'm perfectly fine with DJ Moore. I like his position in the offense. I think he almost showed me that he could be the one for the offense officially. So that kind of wants me to give me a little bit. I want to kind of go a little up on DJ Moore off the strength of that, but everything else is like, nah.
I think the only thing I learned from this is that Keenan and DJ Moore are the top 2 targets.
Yes,
for sure. So if Caleb Williams can get his head straight, they're gonna cook. Because they're gonna get all the targets. But
you can drop that.
Sure. I'm not gonna do it, but sure. And Rome is just in Jigba's rookie year. Don't even think about starting him, please.
Yeah.
Unless somebody gets injured, don't do it. He's talented, but he's not gonna get the targets.
So kind of to give some props, because now that Caleb Williams is firmly on the ass meat list for this week, but I'm not panicking on him yet. Prolific talent, first game in the NFL. I'm not gonna hold it against him too heavily, but there was a lot of wide quarterbacks that had really good games outside of Josh Allen and the standards. We have Jaden Daniels establishing himself as a runner, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he only had 5 incompletions. 6 incompletions.
Yeah, 6 incompletions.
Yeah. And so it's like Jaden Daniels, even though they lost and they low-key got blown out, it was like it on paper, he did a very good job. And fantasy-wise, because that's what we care about, he did a great job using his legs, getting into the end zone. But he did fuck up Terry McLaurin for everybody in the planet congruently, and that's not acceptable. As a Terry McLaurin owner, that's not acceptable. So I'm neutral. I'm down on Terry McLaurin a little bit because I don't know how games like that could happen with your number one. But overall, I'm not down on him much. I'm not thinking like, okay, I should bench him or anything. But I'm keeping my eye out for Terry McLaurin, depending on who you have. If you had Ladd McConkey or Terry McLaurin, you'd start Ladd over Terry.
Yeah, right now I would. Yeah.
Okay, great. I get it. I personally feel like my pain tolerance is a little higher, so I'm a.
How many more weeks you got? 1 or 2?
I got 1, and then Ladd. I got 1 more week of him doing poorly and Ladd doing good, and Ladd goes in for me. Kind of like a Rashee Rice situation all over again, where I kind of want him to find a rhythm in the offense that makes sense. I don't want to next week to come in Palmer is the de facto number 1. I'm not trying to see that. So it's Anthony Richardson, amazing game. He did a lot on his feet. He was very good through the air, surprisingly, specifically to certain people and not to others. I don't know what that was about, but he had a great game fantasy wise. He's showing us that potential top 5, top 8, top 5 that everyone's been looking for from him. So if he can remain uninjured through the season and continue performances like that, where he is pushing the ball aggressively, running, they lost the game, but at the end of the day, it was a very good movement. And Pittman, games like this are going to happen. Pierce, games like this are going to happen, but I feel like they shouldn't be too common because I think Anthony Richardson had the thing for him. I remember that too late, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be a.
I was going to say there was a play where he actually slipped, threw it up, crazy.
That was the one. That play was beautiful.
That's the one that Alex Pierce. So
that shit was nuts. It's like he slipped.
Right.
And that shit was accurate.
And that's why everybody loved him coming out the draft, because he's one of the only players that can do that in the league. Maybe Josh Allen can do that too. We know he probably could.
Yeah.
Maybe Mahomes, but that's about it. Like that's it.
Yeah.
When it comes to crazy arm talent,
I don't know if Mahomes can do that, bro.
No, he can't. I watched Mahomes have his body horizontal to the ground and throw it to the end zone. He can do all things, bro. Like,
Mahomes is hyper capable. But far that motherfucking ball went, I was
like
shocked.
60 yards, bro. I was like,
It landed at 60 yards, bro. What an arm, bro.
What type of person are you?
But a trio.
I mean, I was disappointed a little bit in Taylor though.
Oh
Not
yeah.
surprised.
I mean, games like that are gonna happen. He got 10, but a little disappointing. He got a touchdown though, so hey, maybe
he got a touchdown.
Maybe being picky. Okay.
No, you're not because when it comes to touchdowns, sometimes my brain tells me, what if you didn't get that tug? What if you didn't get that tug? You would have gave me 4. That's scary.
Yes,
that's scary to think about. Like the idea that I could have got 3 or 4 points.
I think the big issue I have is that he had 16 carries and 0 targets. Like Anthony Richardson, just look at him a little bit, bro. Like just look at him. Like you're not even looking at him. Like
Anthony Richardson looking at the same gaps Taylor looking at. He said, maybe I can run through that shit. I can run through that shit.
Hey, now for real though, man.
That was my chance. Like, but a trio I was really like big on. Wide receiver, right? Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell. Stephon Diggs had 2
He had 2 tuds, bro.
Diggs 2 tuds. And we say this. This is the beauty of being a pocket passer or having a pocket passer as a quarterback. There's always enough passes for the offense to eat across the board. I'm really pleased with that. I'm pleased with what I've seen. I'm actually going up on all of them entirely. I haven't found a de facto one, but yeah, I like. So what y'all thinking?
Oh, I agree with you. It's just gonna be whose turn is it? Honestly, that's what the offense is. Sometimes it's gonna be Nico with 2 tubs. Sometimes it's going to be Tank with 2 tubs. That's just the offense they're running right now. And with CJ Stroud on all cylinders, I mean, this offense it's going to be hard to figure out who's going to be that guy, honestly.
Yeah, they all. I mean, Tank Dell had 7 targets. Diggs had 2 touchdowns. Nico Collins, he had some yards too. I think they all did well. You know what I mean? Like they all can't get like 20 fantasy points each game, but Nico Collins had 18. So it's like 118 yards. Like that's crazy. Like in the same game that Diggs has 2 touchdowns, in the same game that Tank Dell gets 8 targets, it's like I think they might be able to do this.
And the same game that Mixon goes off.
Yeah. It's like I think and the Colts defense doesn't suck. So it's like I think CJ Stroud might be, dare I say it, MVP candidate this year. Okay, I'm just.
Oh, I like that.
I'm gonna just throw it out there, bro.
And if not real life MVP, he's at least fantasy MVP for me, bro. This is what I mean. This is an offense that I could say like invest in that offense. That's what it feels like. The certain high-powered offense with a lot of weapons. That's when we start talking about too many mouths to feed. And we talked about that, but what we're saying there's no such thing if your quarterback is really that nigga.
Literally, if your quarterback is that guy, we shouldn't be using the words too many mouths to feed. We'd be saying, I want to buy this offense. That's what we should be.
Correct. Pick your favorite one. Pick your favorite one and move on. That's what it is. The too many mouths to feed works for shit like the Chargers, where it's like everyone's kind of ass.
Or Geno Smith, your quarterback. Like that's when it's like too many mouths to feed, bro.
Then he gonna choose one person in the game. It's like I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of that. Do we speak on Njigba being ass? Sorry.
We can. We
can, but like I said, this has been I've said it, I'm gonna keep saying it until Lockett, not literally but figuratively dies. Njigba can't really do much there, bro.
Yeah. And that's literally I can't fall on Njigba. Like I can't put him as a faller because I've never rated Njigba. So I can only move him lower because I've seen it. Geno didn't get better. Sam Howell's not in the game. And even when Sam Howell's there, Sam Howell's almost a one receiver type of quarterback too, from what I've seen, unless he's improved. He's always been like a pick my guy of the weekend. It's usually Curtis Samuel. So who's his Curtis Samuel going to be? I don't know. But we're still waiting for Sam Howell for Halloween. So let's
y'all on the watch. If they lost last game, we right on track, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe they did. To go back to quarterbacks again, I know I keep circling back there. We got some ass quarterbacks. I want to say
they played them. I said they won.
Oh, right. Bo Nix them. We got Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah,
Joe Burrow. Let me not pass Joe Burrow so casually.
don't.
yeah.
Joe Burrow. I'm not going to put Joe Burrow as a faller just yet,
Oh yeah.
but I do want to say that losing to the Patriots is crazy.
Oh
Like,
yeah. I've been waiting for this. I got my lighter ready. This the funeral of Joe Burrow, bro. Like, what you mean, bro?
Let's do it. Let's do it together, bro.
oh damn,
You do a candlelight visual for Joe Burrow, bro. Like,
yeah,
Hey, yo, that's sick.
I ain't got no lighter, y'all. Sorry.
bruh. Once they said Higgins wasn't playing, I told Toby, I said, "Yo, Burrow not doing nothing this game."
Higgins not playing. Chase snap count. I said, yeah, that's
Yeah.
sick.
Oh, I think that Patriots plus 6 immediately. I'm like,
Nasty
bro.
Because
I need that Patriots plus 6.
because who they be trying to group Burrow with? Lamar, Allen, Mahomes. They never have targets, and when they don't, they still go off. Burrow, nope, I've never seen it. I never seen him not have targets and go off, bro, because he's not one of them. So hey,
Quick question. The reason why I also I had it at +8, but the reason why I took 8.
Hold on, you bought points. You bought points for the game.
No, the line was 8. Maybe when
God
you saw
damn.
it. Yeah, the line was 8 at a certain time. So the whole thing is that I was still scared of the Patriots offense because I haven't even seen it. Who's the starters? I don't know. Like, I didn't know nothing about the offense, and I was like, eh. And then his guys are out. I'm like, I'm not really fucking with that game at all. So I took the plus.
hey, breaking news: the Browns are signing wide receiver Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
Let me go get that
drop
nigga
your
right
Brown.
now, bro.
Go drop your Brown shares, bro. they done, bro. They fucking around, bro.
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know what they want to
Blue
gain
Jet
from
Sweep?
that, but
Yeah, for sure.
They see the jet sweeps working for everybody else. Like, why not? I saw 3 jet sweep touchdowns this week. Like, why not?
Like, what happened today that you said, you know what? Let's go get Kadarius. What happened on Sunday?
They said
the wide receivers didn't do, so they said we need another one.
To beat Dallas. You need a nigga like you need a nigga that just be running through the, like, you need one of them folks. Kadarius is them, bro. He goes gonna drop the ball a lot, and Deshaun Watson just got to learn to live with that because his passes aren't the greatest. Kirk Cousins. All right, we already covered. I already told you my piece on Kirk Cousins. Why I think that game was great.
We talked about that. Yeah, I'm trying to talk about Kyler Murray though. That's what I'm trying to talk about.
Yeah, Kyler Murray.
I'm trying to talk about Kyler Murray. I'm trying to talk about that whole offense. John Connor, good shit, bro. You still the bell cow. We all said that.
Mm-hmm.
Tough.
Thank you, guys.
The number one receiver in Arizona is Greg Dolch. Who knew?
It is.
Who knew? But I knew.
Seeing Greg Dortch come out the backfield, I was like, ain't no fucking way.
But I knew.
One
catch 4 yards. Explain, guys. Explain why you dropped him first round. Tell me now.
Okay. So I thought I'm looking for Hopkins, bro. To be honest, I'm looking for that Hopkins relationship, but Kyler Murray wasn't really playing that type of game. He was running a lot. And that's it. Like, Marvin Harrison was open at the end of the game. We all saw the play.
Yeah, they missed it. They were doubling him. They was like, okay, let's just get him. Let's take him out. Let's see what he does.
But that's what they should do to every number one. And I expect a quarterback of Kyler Murray's caliber to be able to use a little discernment. Like, let's get our.
I guess him figuring it out was not targeting him. That was him figuring it out because they almost won the game.
Yeah,
they really won the game. So.
Getting doubled by the Bills defense is like, what does that even mean?
I told you, I said, yo,
like single coverage. Like,
they're gonna double. This nigga's the one now. They're gonna double him and take him out the game. And it's like now, it's like that's gonna open up shit for McBride and them. So, hey,
let me see. Where is how did McBride do?
He had like 8 points. He didn't do
okay. I'm not going to shit on McBride, but as a potential top 5, that's not what I want to see. But it's better than the rest of the potential top 5s that we saw. Shout out Brock Bowers, by the way.
Yeah, Brock Bowers a rookie, and now he's giving me faith. He's giving me faith that I drafted the right tight end. I drafted him over Andrews in the dynasty. Now
Yep, I like Brock Bowers. I want to kind of sort of shit on Gardner Minshew a little bit. I saw him fumble himself. I saw him fumble the ball himself. I was so amazed. I've actually never seen something like that. Cortez told me it wasn't a fumble. I'm not gonna, but I saw what happened. Like I saw him just and the ball just went any which way. And Cortez like, oh, so we just go shoot ourselves in the foot. It's like, bro, I might have taken Gardner Minshew out the game right then and there. To be fair, but Gardner Minshew is gonna probably remain the starter next week, and we'll see how that goes. But as long as Gardner Minshew's the starter, I am down on every single receiver on that team because I did not like what I saw.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to say like, downgrade them aggressively, but consider your other options when you look at Jacoby Myers and I'm about to call him Adam Sandler and Jonathan Adams.
I would never look at my other options.
Yeah, no, I get it because you drafted him in the second.
No, I never did that. That's redraft. I never did that redraft. But like, if I drafted Adams, it's like 10 points. Yeah, that sucks. But I mean, next week I'm ready, bro. Load him right back up. Fuck it. Give me another 10. I don't care.
Yeah, that's how I feel about. That's how I feel about Waddle in F15. It's like
oh man, Waddle almost did it again. He loved that place, bro.
Sleepers had Waddle out. Sleepers had Waddle out in the first quarter.
What they be doing in that tent?
It's massaging. They go massage Waddle every day.
I'm about to run through this list real quick. All right.
Let me hear it.
Cooper Kupp,
riser,
34 points highest wide receiving score. Malik Neighbors, I was never high on him because of Daniel Jones. And
I wasn't either, and I'm gonna downgrade him again because all that all season shit threw me off. They almost deceived me, but Daniel Jones ass.
Yeah,
faller.
Sure.
OD faller.
Xavier Worthy, riser for me.
Neutral for me, only because 2 targets.
Yep, and it reminds me of Jaden Reed, who was next on the list. But like I have them both rising because they just find the end zone. It doesn't matter if you get 2 targets or 6 targets; they just find the end zone.
Jaden Reed has a little bit more rapport since it's not his first year, so I have Jaden Reed as a riser. I'm neutral on Xavier because that's his first game ever, so he has room to fuck that up. But I like Reed.
Lamar and Likely because Lamar also finished third in quarterback points.
Lamar, I'm still neutral on Lamar because I know how he plays against shitty teams. Yeah. He doesn't perform as hard against shitty teams.
He won't.
You're playing
Rico Dowdy, the starter. The starting running back for the Cowboys.
They lied to us. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. They lied to us. Rico Dowdy is a OD faller for me. Not falling to hell, but he's just a handcuff. A glorified handcuff.
Yeah. And I don't know if we've talked about this yet, but Gators guy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah. Amon-Ra. I've been telling y'all, hey, bro, I'm not even going to jump on. I'm not going to crash out yet. It's one game.
It's week 1.
But I'm gonna say this about Amon-Ra. I feel like when you now involve anybody else, more people into the offense, Amon-Ra's target share takes a hit, and therefore his talent is the only thing that's supposed to get him the points. If I had to choose between who I think would get open faster between J-Mo and Amon-Ra, I'm taking J-Mo. And then if I'm golf, Mr. Cannon Arm, I'm gonna choose J-Mo every time. Every time. So when it comes to Amon-Ra, I'm not going to say faller. I'm going to say neutral, but you got one more week. One more week to not get 36 targets.
Amon-Ra will be fine. He's still going to he probably still be top 5.
He's the last 5 people. Daniel Jones, 4 points.
Oh,
never. He's not ranked. He's unranked.
Yeah.
That pick, he did another pick 6 in front of the end. I'm so tired of him, bro. I'm just tired of him.
There got to be some nepotism going on over there. For
yeah.
Sure.
You saw what neighbor said. I don't know what's going on back there. It's like, oh man.
I just run my routes.
Kamara 22, Stevenson 22.
I love Stevenson. Stevenson's the offense over there, man.
I love Kamara. Stevenson, I have to give him his credit. I really hated that offense, so I just always
the offense was terrible.
Stevenson's a riser for me. I didn't enjoy him last year. Kamara,
the year before last year, he was the offense, and that's why I don't know why you guys are so down on him this year.
Right, because the year I owned him, he was hell. He was hell on earth for me. So it's like, that's all it takes. Like,
Yeah.
let me go through hell once.
Did you guys learn anything from the Patriots offense from that game?
Yes, I learned that if Brissett is the quarterback, that the only person to start is Stevenson. That's it.
Correct.
Okay.
Jalen Polk had 1 reception, 1 target. I understood immediately. That gave me all the
Javon
clarity.
Baker, they didn't even play. I said, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Javon Baker didn't even play. It's like none of the receivers are startable.
Yeah. I saw a lot of what's that guy's name? The little Traquan Thornton. I saw a lot of Thornton.
God forbid.
Yeah, so that offense
we'll give
don't
Thornton
play with
one
that
more
offense.
before we speak on
Ramondre
it.
Stevenson or bust, bro. Honestly.
Do we spoke on Moser, didn't we? I think we did. I believe we did.
We don't have to.
Nah, we didn't speak on it because I don't think we really touched on the Dolphins. I'm proud of all the receivers.
Well, let's touch on the Dolphins then. Fuck it.
I think even what's his name? What's my guy's name? Braxton Berrios. I think he even scored, bro.
Stop it, bro. God forbid. I say God forbid.
I think Braxton Berrios even scored, bro. Like, no funny. I feel like he did, bro.
Nah. Toby said he feel like
A-Chain. It was A-Chain, Tyreek
Hill.
And
yeah.
Nope. They won by
2 field goals.
They won. They did win. You're right. But
they won by 1 field goal, but they kicked 2 field goals.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible for me to find Braxton Berrios on this job, but we gonna get back to that. Tyreek Hill had the game we expected. Waddle had over 100 yards. He's gonna probably have another silent 1,000-yard season. Good for him. He went to 10. We already talked about that. But let's get to the running backs. A-Chain was acting as RB1 de facto yesterday, and that was beautiful to see. It was amazing. It looked every bit as good as we thought it would, but we did see him at the goal line, and that's where the issue with Mostert.
Yeah, that was the problem.
A-Chain gets to the goal line. We expect to see Mostert, and this is where Mostert's supposed to get his bottom feeder points from, and that was not the case. They left A-Chain in there. They let him get the goal, and now we have this issue where Mostert is also injured at the moment, and he already had another back on his heels. So this might be Mostert's a faller for me because he might possibly lose his job that he already lost to somebody else.
Yeah,
I don't think he loses his job. They love him too much.
I don't think he loses his job either.
But this is last year though.
We'll see where the injury is. If it's an IR injury, oh man.
Mm-hmm. Jalen Wright. They said they love the way that boy run too. So it's like,
I think that's it though. That's all I could contour over here.
This does not matter, but Michael Wilson did score yesterday. I don't know why. I don't know how he did it, but he did it yesterday. It's
Michael Wilson had 1 catch and he scored.
This close to being an interception in the end zone. This close.
Oh, and if that would have happened, that would have made Kyler Murray's 14 to
12.
8. Yeah, it would have been an 8 because the touchdown would have went away and would have took
Yeah.
Oh,
I like what you did there.
Last shout out Chris Godwin. Just gonna throw that out there. Chris Godwin,
Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and AJ Brown all got 23. So
correct. Chris Godwin in the slot is what we've been looking for. We're seeing it happen live. Everybody, clap your hands.
Baker Mayfield can finally throw it to him because last year I don't know what was going on.
Clap your hands, but I'm just gonna say this: the Commanders' defense. Let's leave it at that.
Gator, thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot.
The Commanders' defense, when the defense gets harder, it's just all that's going to do is affect Mike Evans because it always does. Mike Evans is the only person affected by defense on that offense. He's the only person. If Chris Godwin stays close to the vest, I think regardless of who they're playing, he's going to get his. I think at this stage, Chris Godwin's a better wide receiver than Mike Evans, but Mike Evans is obviously the better deep threat. So I don't know if it's better, but he is the deep threat. So whatever.
The Commanders need to free both their cornerbacks, bro. Both of them got it.
For sure. I think that's pretty much it. I think that covers our list. I'm looking at Amari Cooper here. Jerry Jeudy caught a touchdown. So this
I heard that.
Let me throw that out there for Amari Cooper fans. Like Jerry Jeudy did in fact catch a touchdown. So
sounds like I'm starting Jeudy over Olave next week.
Whew.
Jerry Judy caught a touchdown.
He did. I
Yes.
heard that too. I remember that.
J-Mo had the game of his life. Jerry Judy caught a touchdown. Tyreek Hill did what he does. I think that pretty much covers our entire list. Is there anyone else? That's it. Boogie, sign us out because it's your B-Day, bro.
Damn.
Yes.
All right, man.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay, guys.
Happy
Thanks for watching.
birthday. I'm the background music. Don't worry.
It's September 9th.
Happy birthday.
Yes, sir.
We are going to have another pod live 7:30 p.m. In about an hour. The bets. It's going to be a great game. 49ers versus the Jets.
Many happy returns.
As a preview, I'm just going to go out there, go with the underdog, and pick the Jets to win money line. But, for the rest of the bets, you got to tune in. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us who you think is going to win that game. Tell us who you disappointed in week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us if you're a Cooper Kupp fan. Because he did his thing. This will be on Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere you get your podding experiences. We'll be streaming this off of there. And YouTube, of course, which you're watching off of to see, our beautiful black 30-year-old faces. All right, guys. It's been real.
Oh, sorry, guys.
You're almost there. We're almost there.
What?
My beautiful 29-year-old face is here.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry,
You're an old man. You're an old man.
You're an old man.
You're an old man.
All my bitches for some reason leg around. We gon' stack up this bitch, they gon' pay the 10. Then I miss all my Sundays in capital.